my tree stand. The same stand where I encountered that nice buck yesterday evening. Don't know what's going to show up this morning. This is the opener of the Tennessee Muzzleloader season, November the 6th. I've not seen or heard any activity at all this morning. Got here about 30 minutes ago or so. Sun's not up yet. Now, we'll just sit tight, see if anything shows up. Thanks for coming along. Folks, I could have taken that deer real easily. He came in right here at 20 yards or so. But that's not the deer that I saw yesterday evening. I'm going to pass on him. Bucks are starting to cruise a little bit now. I may save that one for my grandson. If he comes back by, he'll get a chance at him. Kind of wish he was here this morning. That would have been a good first deer for him. Pretty decent buck. You give him another year, he'd be a dandy. Most people would have shot that deer, but I know there's bigger deer running around here. Looked like an average 8-point. Pretty nice little 8-point. It just didn't have the width. I could tell by looking at his rack that it was just even with his ears. That one I saw yesterday went out way past his ears. Pretty good buck. And we'll let him go for now. See what else shows up. Well, haven't seen any more deer. It was encouraging to see those turkeys come through here. I think that was a group of about 7. That's the same little flock that I saw yesterday evening when I came in here bow hunting. You couldn't ask for a more beautiful morning to be in the woods. It's just absolutely gorgeous out here. You know, I haven't heard that many gunshots. Maybe 8 or 10, but they were all quite distant, you know, all around, but they were far off. Nothing here close. So I think the deer movement wasn't quite what everyone expected this morning, but there were some successful hunters out there, I'm sure. Anyway, it's about 10 o'clock now, and I'm starting to get a little hungry, so I'm going to go down and get me some breakfast. Probably be up here later on this afternoon for an evening hunt. So anyway, y'all hang in there. I'll be back with you. Just a moment ago, I seen a buck on the other side of that draw right there. He was going that way. I grunted at him and stopped him a few times, but I think he continued moving. Not sure what to do here. I last saw him right over there. I think I'm going to go up that way, get around him, try to get ahead of him if I can. Not sure how big he is, but I saw some tines, so I don't know. Anyway, we'll try that out and see if that works.
Matt?
I think I missed that deer. I don't know how. But I saw him run up the hill, and I saw him come back down this way. We'll give him a little time. He's not a really big deer. But I just wanted to see if that tactic worked. I saw him coming in this direction, and I got up on the ridge, and I outflanked him, walked down here, got set up right here, and he moved right in front of me. Just sit here a little while and just clean my gun, and hopefully I made a hit. Can't be sure though. When he got up to that hill there, I thought he was acting a little bit funny, But then he went down. He may have went down here and just laid down. I don't know. Anyway, we'll give him some time. I'll find some blood over here. We'll look for him. Well, I've sat here for a few minutes now. I haven't heard anything else from down there. I reviewed the footage, and it looks like I hit him, but can't always be sure. I went ahead and cleaned the barrel out, reloaded this gun. We'll give him a few more minutes, and then we'll get over there and look and see if we can find any sign of a hit. So I'll be back with you when we get over there. Okay, I'm standing right here at the spot where I made the shot. Don't see any blood at all. Okay, I see some hair. There's some hair right there. Some hair. There's blood. There's some blood. Okay, that deer looked like he ran right down through here. There's blood there. He ran right through here. Not sure what I'm seeing. Okay, there's some blood. There's blood. And right up through here. I don't like what I'm seeing here. I do not like what I'm seeing. Okay, right there. Right there. I don't like what I'm seeing here, but I'm seeing more and more blood up here. Ran through there. I'm seeing more blood here. On this tree here. Blood. Okay, up this way. Blood there. Blood there. Did he make it to that gully there? That's the question. Okay. There's blood. Man, if he made it across that gully there. Blood all up in the rocks there. He jumped over here. He jumped across from right here to there. Okay, folks, if that deer is healthy enough to make that jump like that, I'm not going to push him. I don't know how far he went. Give him a little more time. When I said I don't like what I see is because I saw some food matter in that blood. That's not very promising, folks. Not at all promising. That deer went on back that way. Give him some more time. Okay, folks, this is several hours later. We're back on this trail where I left off, and I got Penny with me here. She's already on the trail. She's trying to get across where that buck jumped. We're going to go across these rocks over here and pick up the trail on that side. So it's been, what, 5-6 hours almost?
Yeah, pretty close to that.
Yep. We're going to see if we can find this deer. This is no big buck by any means, but, you know, you still want to try and find him. Come here, girl. It's all right. Come on. There's blood on that rock. And that's where I stopped trailing him. Okay, let me get this dog back on the trail here. Come here, Tony. Come here. Come here, baby. There's blood. See, there's blood splattered. He jumped from right there over here. There's blood right there. See if she trails in here. There he is. There he is. Yep.
Yeah, you just stopped and showed he was right there. I knew you did better than this. That's so nice. Good job, Kenny. Good girl. Good job, girl.
I was just looking at his body size. I mean, that's a...
Yeah, you shot him low.
What's laying down below him?
That's
Is that just froth?
froth coming out. He didn't go... If I'd have walked just a little piece further, I'd have found him.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Yeah, he got right on that trail. That's where he crashed.
Good girl. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's an 8 point, just like I thought. You know. I mean, normally I'd let this deer go, but he came in so nice across in that video, you know. And
You have the camera ready and everything?
yeah, everything's up. So, and I put a move on him. You know, that's why I wanted it.
Well, we both just said we bet he went to the creek to lay down, and we thought we saw something down here, but it was a rock, and then there he was.
Yep. He bedded right here and died.
Yeah.
After you were right though.
Close, he didn't get up and run off.
You were absolutely right though. He said you're probably not very far.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think he would be.
Let's see where you hit him.
He hit him a little bit low, but
Right there.
Exactly where Connor hit him last night.
Yep.
He's been up another 4
Sure.
inches. Well, I don't know how far we went. Tom said he's probably 150 yards.
Yeah.
But
Well, there he is. Okay. Well, I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, man. 2 for 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of wish.
that little dog got right on it, dude.
I kind of wished I'd let him go, but you know.
Oh man,
whatever.
You can't do that now.
Yeah.
Because he ain't gonna make it another day.
No, he ain't gonna make it another day.
Making memories with Penny, man.
Yep, that's right.
I'd have shot that deer. I mean, this is Tennessee, man. This ain't Iowa.
Yeah.
You know, everybody
Yeah.
wants a big buck, including you and me and your son got one yesterday. I heard. We all do that, but that's a nice deer from Tennessee. I mean,
Well, I appreciate it.
I've killed a bunch of them that was that size or a little smaller.
Yeah. Oh, I have to.
Yeah, especially with a bow. But yeah, that's good. That's a nice deer.
Well, thank you. All right. Well, good morning, folks. Back up here in my white oak tree stand. And this is Friday morning. Yesterday we had a major weather change. Cold front moved through and brought some rain and high winds and everything, but this morning the wind is perfect. It's coming towards me. I was wondering if maybe the deer would be on the move this morning. I hear some wild turkeys down here. Been some really nice bucks harvested here in the last week, so I thought I'd get up here in the stand and hunt a little bit before I had to go to work and bring you along with me. So let's see what comes along. You never can tell. buck's right down there. Looks like he's rubbing against a tree. Yeah. I see a tree moving down there. Looks like he's making a rub. See that tree moving there? That buck's right down there. He's rubbing the heck out of that tree there. I'll grunt at him one more time. Well, folks, I think what's going on is there's a hot doe down here. And these little bucks, like the one I'm looking at right now, are being attracted by the scent. And there's at least one good buck down here. And he's chasing all these little bucks away. He's going back down there now. Seeing lots of deer activity right here. Let's see here. I see 2 deer. 3 deer. Well, I really hate to leave right now, but duty calls. Time to go to work. That buck moved on off. He's with the hot doe down there, so I'm going to leave him alone. There, I see him. Yeah, he was down there rubbing a tree. Pretty nice 8-point. He came up here and chased that other little buck away. Then he turned around and went back down there. I'm going to slip on out of here, let them do their thing. Seen lots of deer movement this morning, so we're going to leave them alone for now. We'll be back with you later. Well, folks, while I was on stand this morning, I heard a shot. It was my neighbor. I was just getting ready to get down to go to work, and he said he killed a pretty nice buck, so here he is. We're going to check him out. Hope you don't mind being on camera.
I don't care.
Hey, Timmy. I get a hug. Oh man, that's a nice buck there. I've never seen that deer.
Me neither. That counts, right?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's over an inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Boy, he's good and heavy, ain't he?
Yeah.
We got a lot of bucks running around here.
Oh yeah.
Boy, that's a good mature buck right there. Look where he's been rubbing right there.
Yeah, man.
The smell smells terrible.
The smell smells terrible. Did he have any other deer with him, or
he was with a yearling doe.
with a yearling doe?
A really young one.
That may have been what I seen come through here.
Really? Yeah.
I saw a small deer, but I couldn't tell what it was.
There,
Can I see Alex?
I believe this is.
Huh?
I couldn't quite tell.
Sleeping.
He's sleeping?
I couldn't tell, but I think this is the one I saw walk out of the woods. But it walked out of the woods, and I swear I thought I saw it bed down right along that little barbed wire fence. You know,
Huh.
you know my field. There's that little barbed wire fence in there.
Yeah, yeah.
I swear I thought I saw it bed down in there because it just disappeared. Like it looked like it just hunched down and I never saw it again. And like half an hour later, I looked back, and he was just walking on top of the crest in the middle of the cornfield, wide open. And there was that young doe out there,
Yeah.
and he was just trailing her. And they came up to me, and they were at like 25 yards behind me though, so I couldn't shoot because I was shooting at the houses.
Yeah, you don't want. Yeah.
So-
you got to be careful.
She got close enough, and I think she scented me out. She took off running. He hung out for a minute, and then he started run. I think he probably scented me too. He took off running the same direction as her, and I thought I missed. I ended up making a perfect shot, but I thought I missed.
Hit him good, huh?
There's no exit, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, so you got him on that side. That's
I got him on the left
Yeah,
side.
I'm
Are you gonna eat the tongue?
yeah.
Can.
I don't
Boy, he's got some character there.
Yeah, it's
I like
pretty
that.
neat.
That's your best buck yet, isn't
Oh,
it?
definitely, yeah.
That's your best one. Well, cool.
Beautiful buck. And then honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that buck Connor shot is related to this one,
It might be.
because very similar genetic and build.
Nice brows.
6 on the left, 4 on the right.
Yep. Man, you just barely get your fingers around the base there.
I don't think I can get my fingers. I got
Yeah.
I can't get my fingers around.
That's a nice
Oh, there we go. I got it.
Well, congratulations.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Good job.
Yeah, I thought for sure it was a clean miss. I almost stopped looking. I was like, I thought I let him way too far forward, and I was like, I think I just completely missed. And
Smacked
then,
him though.
I'm looking. There was no blood in the field, and I get into the woods like 10 feet. And I saw one drop, and I'm like, oh, well, now the search is on.
Yeah.
One drop of blood.
We saw
And he didn't
a
make
bunch
it.
of blood.
I don't know, 30 yards.
Yeah.
We saw a bunch of blood.
Yeah.
A lot of blood, huh, buddy?
Your daddy hit him right.
He
Yeah,
did
that's
like
great.
one, yeah. He hit him like
I think it was
one.
basically an identical
I've never
shot
seen.
of
I've
Connor's.
never seen that deer before.
Me neither.
I like that kicker he's got right there.
Yeah. And he almost had another one right here.
Yeah. Cool.
Broken tip, fighting.
He's a strong deer.
Big buck. Wonder how old this one is.
8.
He's probably 3.5, 4. Well, I'd say he's 4.5.
Maybe 4.5.
Yeah, he's a more mature buck.
This deer's strong.
Judging by the bases that he's got here, everything. He's got good growth.
Giant. How's it small?
They don't age like humans, Timmy. He said, oh, he's got to be 8.5.
That'd be an old deer there.
He'd be on the downhill for sure.
Well, that shows you, we got some decent deer running around here.
I got
Overlooking a beautiful sunrise here. I left Steve back that way, and I'm going to be heading on towards the other side of the farm here. I've been seeing a buck on the other side of the ridge over here for the last week or so. So I want to get set up real quiet, slip in around this corner over here and get set up. Well, folks, I got set up here about 30 minutes ago. Starting to get good light. I seen 2 deer over there on that other ridge, both does. Could have been young deer, not real sure. It's 6:59 right now. Conditions are pretty calm. I've heard several gunshots in the distance. But right over here is this ridge that I'm overlooking. I've encountered several deer right here. Show you what I'm looking at here. Might be a buck after that doe, I'm not sure. That's that little spike we saw earlier. just came through here. That good buck might come back. I'm not sure. I'm gonna stay right here. These deer are coming right here in front of me, down the ridge. I got good cover here. Wind's still perfect. Okay, I'm up here at Steve's location, and he's going to run us through what happened. He was set up here on this hill where I put him, and then the deer came from that way, you say?
Yeah, he came from this direction, walking back towards Tom, and just all I saw was the white patch on his neck and bright antlers.
Yeah.
And I lost him in the shade. Couldn't see him anymore, and then he popped back out in the sun right here. And I really only had one opportunity for a shot because it's real thick in here, and I was just praying for no deflection, no bullet deflection. And squeezed one off, reloaded, waited a minute, and walked up and found blood. So let's hope he's laying down somewhere.
Yeah. And you say he ran back that way?
He ran back that way. Yeah, he ran up the hill. There's a game trail. He ran right up through the game trail. He's there, and he just shook his tail for about 5 seconds.
That's a good sign.
And then he just kind of kept moseying, and I didn't hear anything or see anything after that.
Well, I just came up through this creek bottom here from where I was set up, and I didn't see anything get up, so he's probably laying. I'll probably walk right by him. But you say you found some blood?
I did, yeah.
Okay, let's go check it out.
It's pretty easy to spot. It's real bright pink, it's real thick.
Oh, you always put a good shot on him, man. So we'll see what we came up with here this morning. I've heard several shots.
Found this too. Look at this.
Huh.
Random blood spot.
Is that what that is?
It looks like it.
Interesting. All right. Okay, we're going to take you through this trail here, just like I always do, because I try to bring you along as much as I can. I figured something would come cruising through here. Look at that old rub right there.
One there, and another big one.
Further down, yeah.
Down there.
Down there's another big one, yeah. I've seen several good rubs all through here on both sides.
This trail right here. And you see blood starts right here.
Oh yeah. That's lung blood.
Oh yeah. You didn't make it too far.
No. All right, I'll let you.
You want me to lead?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll just see. Yeah, he's spraying it out right here.
So I'm guessing it's coming out of both ends.
Yep, because there's blood here.
Oh, over here as well.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's
Not a lot.
I sat there for a long time scanning this ridge.
Yeah.
You know, after I called you. So it's probably tucked away back here somewhere. So you probably lost sight of him up here.
Yeah, I lost sight.
Okay. Followed this blood trail and found the deer. Just like I thought, I walked right by him here. There's some blood on the ground. Steve go to his deer here. All right. There's some more venison. Well, no. That's a good basket rack.
Got some rattlers.
Yeah.
Look at that. Almost touching.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Well,
That's kind of unusual how they come together like that. Hey, let me tell you that honestly, that's a really pretty good deer. Really, I mean, it's not the same caliber deer as the one you got,
last
but
one I got.
but that's a fine little deer. Nothing wrong with that.
We'll take them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I heard a shot before I heard yours down this way, and then I heard your shot. I thought, well, that's got to be Steve there. He got him another deer. But anyway, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 point. Well, folks, before I end the video, I'd like to leave you with a few closing thoughts and a few remarks regarding muzzleloader hunting here in Tennessee. First of all, let me say thank you. I do appreciate you coming along and watching. I hope you found it enjoyable and entertaining. I wanted to add a little bit of footage of some other folks that also enjoy whitetail deer hunting as much as I do. And one of them is my new friend, Steve, that bought the property here behind me. And it turns out that he's really passionate about hunting deer. And I'm trying to guide him along a little bit, you know. I always try to help him out as much as I possibly can, and we try to be there for one another. You know, that's a good friend, you know. And sometimes you meet someone in your life that shares the same kind of passion that you have about something, and you learn together. Even though, you know, I've been doing it for a long time, there's always, every season, there's something that I learn, something new. And we kind of try to help one another, and that's the reason I wanted to take him on one of the properties that I have to hunt, and that way he can kind of get away from where he normally hunts and give his place a little bit of a rest, because he's harvested, him and his son both harvested some fine whitetails this year. But you know, what can I say? He's just a really good guy, and I wanted to share that with you. And I wanted to also show you the video footage of his success this year. In regards to my experience this year, I wanted to get out in the woods with this old Thompson Center Renegade that I just recently acquired from my uncle. He's harvested several deer with it in the past, and it's actually a kit gun that I put together for him. It came as a kit some 25, 26 years ago, I guess. I don't know how long it's been. It's been a long time. And he's, like I said, he's been successful. He's taken several deer with it, but he no longer wanted it. We were talking about it, and he said, well, I think I'm going to sell that old muzzleloader I got. And I said, well, just sell it to me. I'll take it. And he said, well, if you want it, just come over here and get it. I'll give it to you. So I went over there and picked it up, and I cleaned the stock up a little bit. It had hardly any rust at all on it, just a few specks here and there. He took good care of the gun. But I went over it with some steel wool, and then I applied a few coats of true oil and then polished it out, and it just turned out really beautiful. I mean, it's a gorgeous old rifle. I mean, it had some scratches and dings and stuff in it, but I wanted to kind of restore the gun and keep it in my collection along with my other cherished guns. And this year I wanted to get out, like I said, and actually harvest a deer with this old gun, because it's the first year that I've owned it, and I wanted to share that experience with you. The deer that I took, I've got it here. I went ahead and cleaned the skull up with the rack and everything and made a European mount out of it. And I mean, it's a pretty respectable little 8-pointer, you know. It's not a giant by any means. It's definitely not the largest deer I've ever taken. I've taken deer quite a bit bigger, but I mean, there was a time in the past, I remember, when if I had taken a deer like that, man, that would have really made my season, you know. So you should never talk negatively about any of the game animals that you take, you know. It's just not conducive to what you're trying to do. You should always have the utmost respect for any game animal that you harvest, because they gave their all, you know. They really did. I mean, they you took their life, and now you got to make the most of it. So respecting our magnificent wildlife is what we as ethical hunters should always do. And you owe it to yourself, and you owe it to the game animal to always show that respect. There's also a lesson to be learned from this little hunt. When I made the shot, the deer was pretty well broadside to me, as you could see in the video. But sometimes things happen, and you might miss, you know, what would otherwise seem like a really easy shot. The deer goes away unscathed. And that's what I thought happened at first. I thought I missed that deer. But I waited a while, gave that deer some time, and I went over and looked in the area where I shot the deer, and I found hair, and I did find some blood, and I started finding a blood trail, the direction that that deer went. But at first I really didn't like what I was seeing, because I found some food particles in the blood, which indicates either a stomach or intestinal hit. But that can be misleading sometimes. What actually happened is the bullet hit the back of the lungs where it went in, and it came out. It kind of angled a little bit through the top of the stomach, and then came out through the back of the lung on the other side. So it was a lethal hit. A little bit low. But you know, I'm using open sights. And sometimes, you know, like I say, things happen. You might hit a little twig or something with your bullet or your arrow, and you make a bad shot. A lot of times when deer are hit, even though they look like they're okay, they're lethally hit. They're going to die from the shot. So, you know, if you have your doubts, even though you're finding blood, you get a feeling like, well, maybe I'm not sure if that deer went down quick enough, so I'm going to back out. And that's what I did. I backed out of the area. I gave that deer plenty of time. You know, a lot of times hunters get really anxious. They want to go and find that deer. Oh, I'm finding blood. But a lot of times you're pushing that deer and you don't realize it. That deer will get up a couple of 100 yards ahead of you because they can hear you coming. And a lot of times when they get up out of their bed and run off like that, then it's really tough to find them. So the best thing to do is just back out, give that deer plenty of time to lay down, get relaxed and everything, and just let him pass peacefully. And usually, many times, as I have experienced in the past, you'll find that deer not too far from where you last stopped. So I went a little step further. I took my little dog out there. I've been training her on deer trails, and I wanted to get her on as much of a deer trail as I possibly could, and as many times as I possibly could, because that's how you make a trailing dog. You got to put them on actual real deer trails. That's how they become good, you know. And where that deer crossed that gully there and jumped over on that other rock, I lost a blood trail right there. I didn't even go over there initially, but I stood around there and I had no idea what direction the deer went. But my dog got her nose on the ground. She smelled that deer. Even though it was hours later, the scent was still there, and she went straight to that deer. I wanted to go horizontal or parallel with the ridge there where I lost the last blood, and I would have gone in the wrong direction. So I just let her do her thing, even though it was a short track, and she went straight to that deer. I didn't think he was down there, you know, but that shows you got to trust that dog. You know, that nose will work for you every time. So if you can come away from this video with anything, take the lesson that don't push the deer. You know, even though you might have made a really good shot, unless you see that deer go down or you can hear it crash and you're just about 100% positive, give that deer plenty of time. You know, you'll be doing yourself a favor, and you'll be doing the game animal a favor as well. You know, just let that deer pass peacefully, let it lay down, and then go in later and you'll find it. So that's a good lesson I think I can leave you with. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out and say thank you once again. I appreciate you coming along. And remember, if you like to go hunting, fishing, camping, shooting, hiking, whatever it may be, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. And until next time, remember, hit that like button, hit the bell icon, and subscribe. That way you'll know when more videos like this will be coming your way. I'll see you next time. You all take care and be safe out there.